everyone, it's American Girl in UK, and I'm just making this fun little video here to just talk about the differences that I have experienced so far since being in the UK as an American expat. Although I'm sure many of you who are coming from different country will also run into these things too. Yeah, just get comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea. So honestly, I was surprised at how many differences that there would be. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is words. So even though we speak the same language, we both speak English, there are so many different words that they use here that they don't use in America, or different words for things. So to give you a couple examples, the word for what I would say is trunk, they say boot. And not the trunk of the car, they say it's the boot. It kind of just throws you off for a second because you're like, what what are you talking about? So another word that was different, but I also expected because I have heard about it, was calling it the bin or rubbish. So I would say garbage, and I still say it. I would say garbage or trash, like garbage can. I gotta throw out the trash or the garbage. And I find myself having to correct myself. Not really so much. I kind of use it interchangeably now. I say the bin. I don't say rubbish though. It doesn't feel right when I say it. But one of my favorites though, which I've decided that I am going to start using, is instead of saying breakfast, lunch, dinner, or some people say supper for dinner, here they would say breakfast, dinner, so that would be like lunchtime, and then tea is your dinner or supper time. So I've decided I'm going to start calling dinner tea now because I just think that sounds cuter. And I'm a tea drinker, like a cup of tea. I love drinking tea. So I was really confused when me and my soon-to-be husband were first talking and he would say he was having tea. I thought he was talking about like a cup of tea, but he means like he was having a meal for dinner. And going off of the whole bin and garbage thing, for my next difference, my second difference here, the way that they are here with recycling and disposal, they're so eco-friendly, and this could definitely be an American thing. And it does depend on where you live in America. Like it'll be different no matter where you are. So I was so shocked at how conscientious they are about the waste here. They have, so we have 4 different bins. See, I said bins, I didn't say garbage. There's 4 different bins for your waste basically. So you have like your regular bin. So you have your plastic bin. So any like plastics, like there's certain things you can't put in the plastic bin, but most things you can. Definitely a lot more than what they allowed where I was from, which is so nice. So I'm like recycling all the time now. Then there's also a paper and cardboard bin. So these are both separate. And then there's a third bin that is for compost. And it's like this green bin that you put out on certain days, of course, and they will come collect your compost. So like all your food waste and things like that can just go in that green bin, and it's so nice that they just do that. We have actually a compost bin in our back garden. So I've been learning composting, which I never got to learn before. So it's been really nice to actually use our food waste and put it in our compost bin, and we're hoping we're gonna have some really nice soil by the time spring rolls around here soon. And like I said, of course, you have your regular bin, it's the black bin. So basically, if there's other things besides the plastic, paper, cardboard, and food waste for composting, everything else goes in that bin. So that's like your usual garbage can. So another difference that I had experienced here is the laundry. So where I'm from, when you do the laundry, you normally put it in the dryer. After you've washed your clothes, you throw your clothes in the dryer. Also, maybe this is just something that was ingrained in me. You know, other families might be different in America, but we always did a huge load of laundry because you didn't want to waste all the water. So you wouldn't really do small loads unless it was like certain items, maybe like delicate things, or just washing like a small load of like white clothes that you wanted to bleach. But typically you would do a huge load of laundry. Now I know some people separate it by color and all that. I didn't really do that. I wasn't raised to do that, besides the white clothes that we would always like separate that. But everything else, it was all just thrown into the washer, and usually it was a pretty big washer. And then you would put the rest in the dryer. So here, it tends to be more smaller loads of laundry. Now, I can do bigger loads of laundry, but I just feel like it's not really necessary, because now it's like I'm separating everything by the colors. And that's something that I had to get more in the habit of, and turning things inside out so that they wash better too. Again, some people might have already done that, but that wasn't something that I was really used to doing unless it was something like a delicate item. So not only the separating of the clothes and doing like smaller loads like that, but not having a dryer has been really weird for me. I've gotten used to it now though. I would say it wasn't a huge adjustment. I just hang them up now on this like hanging rack. It's called a clothes horse. So I definitely use fabric softener though, because I feel like the clothes just get so hard now that there's no dryer, and I'm used to the clothes feeling like warm and soft when you get them out of the dryer, and they just feel fresh. So I do kind of miss that, but I am getting used to just hanging them up now. And again, it is more eco-friendly. There's a setting on our washer that is more of like a steam, so it washes it and does kind of like a steam dry. So my clothes aren't necessarily like soaking wet when they come out. They're kind of like steam dried. So it's not too bad actually. You still have to kind of hang them up for a day at least so that they fully dry. Maybe faster in the summertime. I haven't experienced summer yet here. And I will say, I believe there are people in the UK who do have a dryer. Obviously, it just depends on who you are, or maybe if you can't afford it. So I will add on to that and say a lot of people hang up their clothes outside. It's definitely more common here. From where I'm from, I mean, I did see that sometimes, but usually it wasn't a lot. But I definitely see that more even in the winter, which I was surprised that I would even see that in the winter, and with it being so rainy too. I think in the summer I might hang up some sheets and towels outside, but which is something I grew up doing in the summer. Anything personal clothing will just probably stay inside. Now this next one was really big for me, and it will be especially to you ladies out there. I thought this was so nice. I was able to get birth control like without seeing a doctor or anything. I just was able to go to actually the Boots pharmacy on their website. You just fill out what you need. You can research the different birth control options that they offer, and you can choose what kind that you would like, and it's really affordable. I think mine was, I want to say £30, and that is for a 6-month supply. That is a good deal. So that was definitely a plus for me. I was shocked at how easy it was. I literally got it in the mail in a few days. I think there's an option too where you can go pick it up at your local pharmacy, but it was so easy to get birth control here, which was really nice. And I think I was really pleased with how accessible that it was. If it's your first time going on birth control, you definitely probably should talk to a doctor before you go on it. But if you have been on birth control and you've been experienced with taking the birth control pill, then you kind of have an idea of what works for you. And it was so easy for me to get it. And like I said, it came in the mail, and that was it. This was my list of differences that I have experienced since being here in the UK as an American expat here from 4 months that I've been here. So I'm sure I will come up with more. Maybe I'll do another video at a later date. Let me know if you guys have any ideas or questions. I am going to be getting married here soon in only a few days, so I'm very excited. And then I'm going to be starting my spouse visa process. So if you guys watched my previous videos, I talked about how I am on a fiance visa in the UK, and the next step will be for me to go on the spouse visa. So that will be very exciting for us to get that going, and I will definitely make a video on the spouse visa after I've done it and been through it, so I can give my experience. Thanks guys, bye!